Hey, how's it going, everyone? What is up, and welcome back to the channel and another MK11, well, really interesting general discussion video. Before we get into it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, also turn on notifications, and also like the video. It helps out the channel more than you could ever know. And don't forget to leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you want me to talk about, whether it's characters that could be coming, topics, etc. I love doing suggested videos, so make sure to leave them. Also, don't forget about the giveaway we have going on and my Patreon. Hear more at the end of the video about both of those. So let's go ahead and jump into this. So I've been asked a lot over the past few days and past few streams if I knew about NRS being sold, and obviously I do. I just haven't had much to say about it besides what I've said in the streams, but I really wanted to take today to talk about this, and while this isn't our usual content, we'll put out another video today, since I got time and we're not streaming today. So we're really going to talk about this and talk about what I think the future of NetherRealms and Injustice and Mortal Kombat is, with the possibility of other fighting games, with, you know, these different companies looking into buying WB Games. So the main thing going on right now is WB Games is being sold by AT&T, and WB Games consists of the Rocksteady Batman games, with their new Suicide Squad game coming out. It consists of Mortal Kombat, it consists of Injustice, some of our favorite game series, and with A&T actually selling this company, what that means for WB is they're going to have another publisher over their heads, so the practices of that publisher is really going to fall into these games and how these games are made, the way the publisher wants these games made. And that doesn't sound too bad at first glance. It doesn't sound like, you know, a travesty at first glance, but then you look at the companies that are looking into picking up WB games, companies like EA and Activision and Blizzard and Take-Two Interactive. Like, it starts to get a little bit scary at that point. I mean, yeah, Mortal Kombat has had loot boxes, Injustice has had loot boxes. There was a really big thing going on with Injustice 2, I believe, when the game first came out, that they had, like, viable loot boxes so you could get gear so you didn't have to grind. And, I mean, they got some lash for that. They got some lashback for that shit. But when it comes down to it, I don't think this means that it's, like, a lot of people are automatically going to, like, this is the end of Mortal Kombat, this is the end of Injustice, like, this is the end of the Rocksteady Batman games, this is the end of the world. No, that does not mean at all that it's the end of any of these series, any of these franchises, like Mortal Kombat and Injustice and, you know, Rocksteady's Batman. They're still going to hold the licenses that they already have. It's just a bigger company that holds WB, who owns the Mortal Kombat license, the Injustice license, the, you know, the DC licenses. That doesn't mean that all of these series are coming, all of these franchises are coming to an end. That just means there's going to be someone bigger at the helm giving them orders for what has to be in their game. That doesn't mean that we're not going to get any more Mortal Kombat games. There's still going to be Mortal Kombat games, I'd say, and probably until Ed Boon dies. You know, until Ed Boon croaks, we're going to have Mortal Kombat. Same with Injustice. So long as DC's doing good, DC Comics is doing good, so long as the games sell well, there's always going to be these games. So long as people are still playing them, people are still buying the DLC for these games, people are still hyped, people like me are still making videos about them and streaming them every night, you know, people are still going to be making these games. They're not going to end anytime soon just because, you know, the bigger company decides to sell the smaller company to another bigger company. I definitely don't think this is the end of Mortal Kombat or the end of Injustice. It's not the end of the Rocksteady Batman games. It's not the doom of them. I mean, it could be the doom of them. It could be the start of some very shitty practices that a lot of these other companies like to push in their video games. Blizzard, EA, Activision, goddamn Take-Two. You know, it's the start of seeing these really shitty business practices that we've seen in the Madden games and the FIFA games and Star Wars Battlefront 2 at launch, which EA learned from that shit and they fixed it. You know, it's the shitty business practices of Overwatch and, you know, World of Warcraft and, you know, Warcraft, the new Warcraft, you know, like, it's those kind of shitty business practices, and it really worries me because I felt like AT&T really understood what a fighting game is when it comes to how Mortal Kombat is, and they didn't push as hard as some of these other companies are going to be pushing for some of these more shitty business practices to be in their games. They're not going to be pushing their developers to make more casual-friendly games games, they weren't really pushing their developers to make more casual friendly games so more people buy the games. I mean, we got MKX and MK9, and those games were fucking hard. And, you know, I feel like these bigger companies, I mean, NetherRealm did that on their own with MK11, and it shows, and I don't like it. But, you know, we're going to have these bigger companies like EA and Activision and Blizzard pushing these developers to make their games more accessible to their fan base, to the base that follows them, which are sports games players and, you know, Overwatch players. Games that are easy on a fundamental level, but harder to be a professional at, but still not as hard as some of the other games in that genre to be a professional at. And fighting games have always been hard games, but MK11 took it to a point where a casual could jump in, and there's still like this top of the level grind, but it's nowhere near as hard as MKX. Like, not everybody could perform a combo that other people could perform on MKX. Pretty much anybody can pick up MK11 and perform a combo, and it really scares me with some of these other companies looking to buy this game that it's going to be that fundamental basis for every fighting game, for every Injustice, for every Mortal Kombat, for every Marvel vs. DC, Marvel vs. Mortal Kombat, whatever they're doing, all the way into the future. And it's a very scary thing to me. It is scary. I don't think it's doomed. I think people, including myself, are going to continue to buy these fighting games because, I mean, I grew up on them. You know, I love fighting games. I'm not going to quit buying them. I will talk shit about the shitty business practices they have if one of these companies buy them. But, you know, I don't think it's the end of it. It's nowhere near the end of Mortal Kombat. I don't think it's anywhere near the end of Injustice. Injustice just really got started, so we'll just have to sit back and wait and see like usual. It's just like one of our leaks. We just have to sit back and wait and see to who buys this license, who buys WB, who buys the studio and gets these licenses. I really don't want to be under the, you know, under the hand of Blizzard or under the hand of fucking EA, but we'll just have to sit back and wait and see. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. I'm very interested to hear your thoughts on it. I haven't been doing very good at responding to comments over the past few days. Sorry about that. But yeah, we'll have another video out later today. I'm not sure what it's going to be, so stay tuned for that. It'll probably be out around 4, 5, or 6 p.m. EST. Stay tuned for that. Let's talk about this giveaway real quick. So the giveaway we have going on is a whole ass Aftermath giveaway. So you can get Aftermath completely free by going to the link in the description box below and going to that video and entering in every way that I can tell you to enter in that video. And also, I do have a Patreon. I don't like to promote it too much, but you guys can go to the Patreon. The link is in the description down below, and support the channel in a different way and help me get a new computer. That is the whole goal with that. The support goes all the way from $1 to $20, so if you guys can spare it, I appreciate it, but if not, it's not required. But anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Again, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us out a lot. We're getting close to 4K. But my name is Tootin, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out. Thank you.